Destiny is calling, my friend, as we are about to enter Leo season and Venus retrograde in Leo. We are at the most catalytic new beginnings turning point of 2023. We are in the portal of a brand new soul cycle. The light is beaming bright. We are being ushered forward into the light. You may feel like you're walking across a bridge. You're almost at the other side of the bridge, going into brand new energy and perhaps a brand new chapter of your life. As this video is going live on July 16th, we are entering a portal of new beginnings, endings and new beginnings. Endings in that the nodes of the moon are leaving Taurus and Scorpio, the security and stability financial axis of our charts, and they're going into the axis of Aries and Libra. Aries, what is my next adventure? What am I gathering courage to say yes to? And Libra, who am I still committed to in my partnerships? Where do I stand in my committed relationships? Not only this, we have Pluto squaring the nodes of the moon right out of the gate. We have a cardinal grand cross, and we have Venus going retrograde this week. And as soon as Venus in Leo stations retrograde, the very next day, the sun comes out in Leo. We begin officially Leo season, July 22nd. So in this video, I want to focus on Leo season. I want to focus on how can we best navigate with the most ease and grace the transits that are going on during Leo season. And that takes us to Venus retrograde in Leo, because Venus retrograde in Leo is really the hallmark energy that is happening during Leo season. Now, I've already done one video for you on Venus retrograde in Leo. That's quite a comprehensive video on Leo energy and on suggestions for what to do and maybe what to put off during a Venus retrograde in Leo. In this video, I want to focus for you on the aspects, the transits that are being made by Venus to other planets during this Venus retrograde, because that's going to help all of us to navigate this Leo season and Venus retrograde in Leo with the most ease and grace. I will also, as always, be doing 12 sign readings for you. And in these readings, I'm going to focus on the Venus squaring Uranus transit that is happening for all of us, where that's happening in your natal astrology chart. And I'll also be pulling an oracle card for each of the signs. What do the cards have to share with you on how you can enjoy your Leo season to the max? Because Leo season is going to be different this year. It's not going to be the usual Leo season with Venus going retrograde in Leo, especially because Venus is the planet of love and romance, beauty, pleasure, finances. Venus is all the yummy things in life. And when Venus goes retrograde, the tone changes. We pull inward. And there are several significant transits happening that if we know what they're about, what the gift is for us, how they want to help us grow, it'll be much easier to navigate this time and more joyful too. Okay, so before we dive into Leo season and Venus retrograde in Leo, I want to say hello and welcome. If you are new to me, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Hello and welcome back to those of you who've been watching my videos. I am so grateful for your support of my channel. And hello and welcome to my Sunday chat friends. You are warmly invited to join us every Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time is when my videos go live. It's when we commune as a like-minded tribe, connect and support one another. I'm Betsy. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach and the author of The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. In my videos and in my professional astrology consultations, I weave together spiritual principles, divine downloads, intuitive insights, and Western tropical astrology. It is my passion, my dedication, my joy to empower you through the astrology. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you more about my astrology consultations as well as my coaching services. So be sure and stay tuned for that. And I also have a free gift for you. I'll tell you more about the free gift at the end of the video. And if you would like to receive my weekly astrology updates direct to your inbox, you can go straight to my website and sign up for those, and you'll get an instant download immediately of that free gift. So we are at the end of an era, my friend, with Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto retrograding in Capricorn at the very last degrees, 29 degrees, we are closing out a soul cycle. Pluto has taken us through the ringer, most of us. Most of us have had a major death and rebirth experience since 2008 up until now, at least one, if not more. So we have come through major soul lessons, huge soul growth, and we are stepping into a brand new soul cycle. Right now, as I speak, we are going through a portal. We are in the 0 degree point energy of pure potential. 0 degrees north node in Taurus, south node in Scorpio. This is about our security and our stability, a solid, sustainable foundation, a life upgrade, materially speaking. This is where we've been focused for the last 18 months. How can I upgrade my life financially in terms of the basics of life and also the finer things in life, materially speaking? That's what we've been focused on. 0 degrees. We're about to go to 29 degrees of Aries, North Node in Aries, which is a big shift from the stability, security axis to I'm being bold, I'm confident, I know what my heart wants, I'm stepping out, I'm acting independently and doing the thing that I know is going to set me free. This is the energy we're moving into. And this is portal energy as well. So with the Capricorn full moon that we had on July 3rd, many of you may have released something, a situation, a relationship, a job, or a pattern in your life having to do with power and control, or maybe where you were in a power struggle with someone, or maybe where you just felt powerless. We are releasing that. If you didn't already release that with the Capricorn full moon, this has been our marching orders because we have outgrown a number of soul contracts where we felt obligated to somebody else. We felt a duty to stay in a job. We felt an obligation to stay with a certain partner, or we felt like a friendship was right for us. Some of those soul contracts have expired. July 17th, the Cancer new moon says, what do you need for emotional security? What are your emotional needs? Can you make a vow to yourself that you will always have your own back, and a vow that you will always factor yourself in when you are making commitments to others, especially family members, especially regarding your home and your sense of belonging? By taking responsibility for creating our own solid sense of home and belonging and acceptance within ourselves, then we have the courage to step out on this brand new beginning, new adventure with the North Node going into Aries. So on the same day as the Cancer new moon, the nodes shift to 29 degrees of Aries, 29 degrees of Libra, the South Node, and we step into our pioneering, warrior, I can do it self. And this means a new role, my friend, new roles for all of us, personally or professionally. And when I was preparing for this video, one of the insights that I got about these new roles is that we are shifting out of conditioned roles based on our conditioning of maybe our sense of obligation or responsibility to another person or to a career and so on. We're shifting out of that into soul-inspired roles where we want to be there because our soul is guiding us, because it lights us up, because we are in the company of like-minded friends or loved ones or partners. And we're not there because we feel like we have to be, or it's a should, or someone's requiring us to, or we're going to get in trouble, or we're going to lose something if we don't show up. That's not why we're there. So this is a big shift, and it's going to take courage. North Node in Aries, Venus in Leo, the Sun in Leo. It's going to take courage for some of us to make that realization and actually take action on it. Pluto is going to help us out with taking that action. Pluto squaring the nodes of the moon is transformational energy. It is going to show us, it's going to reveal a truth if we haven't seen it yet. And this is especially for those of you who have planets or points between 27 and 29 degrees of the cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, or Capricorn. Pluto is going to show us, if we haven't already awakened to it, where we need to cut a tie, where we need to release or let go of something, where we need to surrender because it's out of our control. And this is for our highest good. Most of us have already done this, but it is time to release anything toxic from our lives, especially alliances, patterns, substances, anything where the trust is no longer there, or where we have a pattern that isn't working for us, like overworking, overeating, ignoring our bodies, for example, not getting enough sleep. This is where we're turning over a new leaf in Leo season. So with the North Node in Aries and just a few days later, the sun coming out in Leo, we are entering a brand new soul cycle. What does this mean? This means new growth. This means new inspiration, a new horizon, a new project, a new relationship, a new adventure, a new career for some of us. Some of us are going to be reinventing ourselves. But because we enter Leo season July 22nd, this means passion. This means full self-expression, unbridled self-expression. This means we want to be in our full authenticity. We want our inner child to feel free enough that we can receive the inspiration from that very creative part of ourselves. So I think this is going to be quite a passionate week. I think it will be quite intense energetically because when the sun gets to 29 degrees of Cancer, just before it goes into Leo, we will have a cardinal grand cross with the sun in Cancer at 29 degrees, Pluto in Capricorn opposing the sun in Cancer at 29 degrees, and the nodes of the moon both at 29 degrees as well. So we are going to be in the square formation, this cross formation, where we may feel quite on fire, my friend. This cardinal grand cross is about personal power. It's about not only taking our power back, but deciding where do we want to put our energy? Where do we want to put our power? I think some of us are going to be feeling a squeeze, maybe a bit of a crunch between home and family priorities and work and career priorities. And I think what we're going to be feeling is, I want it all. I want to have it all. Can I have it all? We might have to ask ourselves what really has to be done right now and just focus, simplify, focus on what absolutely has to be done and do that and put the rest aside for the moment. Leo season goes from July 22nd to August 23rd. So because we're starting a brand new soul cycle, the North Node in Aries is saying it's time to forge a new direction. It's time to put the knapsack on our back and be the fool in the tarot and step out on a brand new path. Because Leo season and Venus retrograde in Leo is happening in this context, it says to me that it's time to evaluate what we most want. What does your heart desire? What are you passionate about? What lights you up? Where have you been holding yourself back? Where have you not let that exuberant inner child, that Leo self that we all have within us, where have you not let him or her express fully? Where have you not given yourself permission to be that spontaneous, childlike, joyful self? Venus rules our values, it rules our money, it rules our comforts, it rules our pleasure. So we're also looking at that. And I think we're really going to be looking at our values specifically during this Leo season. What do I want to keep with me? What do I want to go with me on this next journey of my life? And who do I want to go with me? Venus in Leo needs passion. Venus in Leo needs to feel cherished, important, valuable. Venus in Leo is our royalty. It's our inner royalty. So it's also where we want to feel respected by others. Our inner child also needs to feel praised, adored, applauded even, seen and heard. Wherever you have Leo energy, my friend, in your chart, is very possibly the area of life where you felt ignored as a child, or where you were not given the accolades or the acknowledgement that you deserved to receive when you were younger or in past lives or both. And I'll give you an example from my own life. So I have Leo energy in my second house and also on my third house cusp. Third house is the house of siblings. Growing up, I had so much joy and passion and exuberance around whatever I created. I was really into dancing at the time. And in high school, I was in a dance program where we choreographed our own dances and we put on spring shows. And it was a really big deal to me. Back then, I would have said, dance is my life in that very high school teenager kind of way. Dance is my life. And so I used to want to show my sisters, I grew up with 4 girls, I used to want to show my sisters the latest dance move that I had choreographed, because when I would hit on a move and choreograph it into a dance piece, I would be elated. I would be over the moon. I would be so excited, especially knowing that we were creating a dance, choreographing a dance that was going to be in the spring show and the whole school was going to come see it. But the response I got from my sisters was, we don't want to see you dance. We don't care. Stop doing that thing. Stop doing cartwheels in the kitchen. You're annoying. That was what I got from them. So after receiving that kind of response, you can imagine it really took the wind out of my sails, because this was my family, and the way I interpreted it was, you don't really care about what I have to offer. So I went through a period in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s even, where I was very self-conscious about really coming out and sharing my exuberance with other people. Not only that, but my sisters used to say that I was showing off if I wanted to show them something that I'd created. They would call me a show-off. And so what did I do? I dimmed my light. I pulled it in. I stopped sharing the things that I thought were that really lit me up, that really gave me enthusiasm, because Leo rules enthusiasm. I pulled it all in and I stopped sharing it because I didn't want anyone else to see me as a show-off. So wherever you have Leo energy in your chart, and when I do the 12 sign readings, you will know where you have it, based on whole sign houses, by the way. Astrology readings on YouTube are always based on whole signs. When I do a professional astrology consultation with you, we can look at exactly where Leo is in your chart. You may have it in 2 houses like I have. That's the area of life where you may have dimmed your light and where you are now being buoyed. You are now getting a big yes permission slip to release any of those stories or inhibitions or restrictions that you have put on yourself that have kept you from shining as bright as you possibly can. So those of you who have planets or points between 10 and 29 degrees of the fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio, you will feel this Venus retrograde in Leo more intensely, more personally. Or if you have planets or points from 0 to 1 degrees of the mutable signs of Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, or Sagittarius, you may also feel this Venus retrograde in Leo more intensely. But we all have 10 to 29 degrees somewhere in our natal astrology chart, so we're all going to be feeling this energy. Now, you may have old loves, old friendships popping back in during this Venus retrograde. Some of you, I'm guessing, already have. I know I already have, especially my Aquarius and Leo connections that I haven't spoken with for a long time. Some of those people have been checking in with me. You may also have childhood kinds of stuff, memories, come up during this time for healing. This is a really beautiful time to do inner child healing work, my friend. And I have a video for you on YouTube called Reparenting Yourself, Inner Child Healing, that I will leave a link to in the description box below. This Venus retrograde in Leo, as it is lighting up and coloring and flavoring Leo season, this is all about you giving your inner child permission to be free. Free to be me. We can really find a new sense of freedom during this time. So I'm very excited about this Venus retrograde for that reason. Now, 3 aspects that we're going to have, and then we'll do the 12 sign readings. The first aspect is quite spiritual. It's called a yod, or the finger of God. And many of you have probably heard of this. I'm not going to get into the technical aspect of it because I think most people will their eyes will glaze over, and we don't really need to know the technicality in order to know how to work with this energy. What this is about is connecting with your spiritual source. Why is that so important during this first week of Venus in retrograde, when Venus is at 28 degrees for a whole week? Why is that important? Because we may be feeling a strong longing or a compelling need for something to do with love, romance, beauty, comfort, or pleasure. If you're in a relationship, you may feel like, I have to talk to my partner. We need to get the romance back in our lives. We need the passion. I'm not feeling passion. I need to feel passionate again. Or if you're not in a partnership, you may feel like, I've got to start doing online dating. I've got to get out there in the world. I miss my old partner. Oh, there's that person who got away. You could be feeling any of these things. It really is about us feeling a strong, compelling desire. And what this does for us is we have to use that energy some way, somehow. So many of us during this time will be guided to meditation, other spiritual practices where we really can feel what we're missing. You may feel that love, romance, something really missing in your life the first week of this Venus retrograde, during this period of having the finger of God or the yod going on at this time. This is when we want to download that unconditional love and fill up our cup so that we can then give that to our inner child. At the same time that we have the finger of God going on, we also have Venus in Leo trining the North Node in Aries. So again, there may be this call that we feel right away, this call of destiny, of passion, and you may be like, I don't know what I'm passionate about, but I know I really need to get passion back in my life, and that will get us going. That will be a good start. We also have a healing aspect, which is Chiron retrograde. Chiron's going to synchronistically, Chiron's going to go retrograde just about the same time. I think it's a day after Venus goes retrograde. They will both be retrograde, and they are both in fire. Chiron in Aries, Venus in Leo. They're going to make a trine, positive energy flow, ease, and grace to bring us to some sort of healing. So I feel that this could be an old relationship coming back. I feel like this could be something from our past that knocks on our door, calls us up, sends us an email and says, hey, I've been thinking about you. And something through that interaction with that person, very few of those relationships will probably start up again for romantically. But I think something about maybe the sharing, the talking will allow us to heal possibly a core wound, which is Chiron energy. And lastly, my friend, and this is the transit I see as most primarily compelling, and that is Venus in Leo squaring Uranus in Taurus. Now, Venus in Leo wants passion. We're reassessing our values. We're looking at where do we need to make a course correction in our life so that we can feel passionately fulfilled. And Uranus in Taurus is where we want some sort of change in our material security, in our tangible earthly reality. In Taurus, we want a better, more solid, more sustainable, supportive material financial foundation. And that includes the pleasures of life, right? That includes things like massage and affection and the things that we get through our relationships. So Uranus and Taurus is where we have an aha moment, an awareness, or where something happens in our life that is unexpected. It comes out of the blue. It could even be temporarily disruptive. It is showing us where we deserve better. It is showing us where we need to take self-respecting action. So those are my key words for this transit. Self-respecting action. When we have a square, it makes us take action. We feel pressure or tension, and we know in order to relieve that tension, we have to take a step. We have to take action. So Venus in Leo shows us what our new values are, and something with Uranus and Taurus, and it could just be a realization or some event says, I need to make a change here. I am taking new action. Now, we've already had one pass of this Venus squaring Uranus, and that was around July 1st. So this was right before the Capricorn full moon. So you may want to think back to the beginning of July or maybe the end of June. Did anything happen where you saw something you didn't see before? You got some sort of a wake-up call or some sort of aha or epiphany, and you took action as a result that made you feel more self-respecting. It was some action you took to cherish yourself, to honor yourself. We're going to have two more passes of this. We're going to have one August 9th to 11th, and then after Venus goes direct on September 3rd, from September 28th to the 30th, we'll have a last pass of Venus squaring Uranus. So as an example, you could have someone in your life. This could be a friend, this could be a lover, this could be a spouse even. This could be an adult child. You could have someone in your life where you feel like you have had more interest in them, more investment in them, and haven't received it back. And around that time of end of June, early July, they could have done something, or you could have done something that made you realize, okay, this relationship is very unbalanced. This person is not reliable. They're not loyal to me. Key word in Leo energy, loyalty. We want loyalty in Leo energy. And because they're not someone that I can count on, they're not going to come along with me on the next stage of my journey. I'm done. Maya Angelou said, people will always show you who they are. Believe them. People will always show you who they are. Believe them. So let's do the 12 sign readings now. Listen for your rising sign. This is the area of life where Leo season is happening for you, where you will have Venus retrograding in Leo. Based on the whole sign houses, for those of you who have Leo in more than one house, you can check your astrology chart or you can book a reading with me and I'll let you know where Leo season is happening for you in your chart. You can also listen for your sun signs and your moon signs, as those will give additional information to you based on how your personality, ego, your sun sign will experience this energy, and how your moon sign, your relationships, your emotional self will experience the energy. Let's start with Leo. Hello, beautiful Leos. Happy birthday to all you early born Leos. Happy, happy birthday. Okay, Leos, you are having this transit based on the whole sign houses in your first house of identity. This is the roles you play personally and professionally. This is your vitality. With Venus retrograding in your first house, you could easily be re-envisioning, reassessing, reviewing the roles that you play in your life, both personally and professionally. So your title at work, or your, if you're an owner of a business, the roles you play within your business, your interactions with family members or with a partner or with your best friends, you could be reassessing any of that. You want more passion. You want full self-expression. You want freedom to be you, free to be me, beautiful Leo. This is what you want. This is what you're assessing and reviewing. Now, where you have Uranus making a square with Venus in your natal astrology chart is your 10th house of career. So this transit of Venus retrograding in Leo is going to bring forth for you issues about career. You are going to have a realization, an aha moment, a wake-up call. For some of you, something disruptive could happen that makes you see what you really, really want. This is where you deserve, you deserve more, Leo. You're at the point, probably even before this transit happens, you already know that your values have shifted, that you deserve more. You want a better life in the area of career. That's where Uranus is. Uranus has been transiting your career house for some time now, trying to get you to change something up. And this is where Uranus is really going to be speaking to you. And it could be vocation. If you have a different work that you do, that 6th house daily work, this is vocation. This is what lights you up. This is meaning, fulfillment, legacy, the legacy you want to leave. This is retirement for some of you, semi-retirement for some of you. So this is the house of vocation and passion where Uranus is. And Uranus is going to have a little run-in with Venus and saying, hey, we got to look at what's going on here. We need a course correction. And this is where in your 10th house of career or vocation or passion or meaning or fulfillment is where you're going to take some sort of action out of a sense of self-respect, self-honoring, self-cherishing. You know you deserve better. You know you want more. And this is where you're going to take that action. So now let's shuffle the cards for you, Leo, and see what the cards have to say for you. Beautiful Leos. It's Leo season. It's your season. The sun is coming out. And I hope that some of you aren't too sad that Venus is going retrograde during your birthday season, because, I'm a Gemini and a lot of times we have Mercury retrograde during my birthday. And I know I'm like, why do we have to have Mercury retrograde during my birthday? But I want you to know that this is a time that you can really get clear on what you most want, and you can take yourself out and do whatever you want to do to make yourself happy during this season of your birthday. And I hope that you do. Okay, so I shuffled the cards and now I'm going to pull one for you, and let's see what comes up for Leos. Breaking trail. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever pulled this card before, Leos. A breakthrough is at hand. Now, Uranus rules breakthroughs too. It rules breakdown, breakthrough, or it rules just like, big realization where we have a breakthrough. Check it out. Breaking new ground, breaking trail. You are really stepping out, Leos. You are really pioneering something new. You are forging a new trail, taking the road less traveled, at least for you, if not for your friends group or your, your community. If not for that, for you, it's going to feel like breaking ground. It's going to feel like you're really stepping out and you are poised for a breakthrough. Claim it. If you claim this breakthrough, leave me a comment. Say, I claim it. I'm ready. I'm ready for a breakthrough. Happy birthday, Leo season, beautiful Leos. Okay, Cancers. Hello, beautiful Cancer family. Cancer family, you are having this transit of Leo season and Venus retrograde in Leo in your second house of money, values, self-esteem, self-love. This is where you are really assessing what you most want now. This is the house of earned income. This is your material foundation. This is where you feel, because you have Leo here, most of you, based on the whole sign house system, you feel really better about yourself when you're making the amount of money that you want to make. That's very important to Cancers. And Cancers as a whole are very good with money too. This is where Leo is transiting. This is where the Venus retrograde is going back and forth, because you're assessing right now passion in the area of how you earn your money and what's most important to you. You're assessing your passion. You're assessing, do I give myself full freedom to be myself, to creatively express in the area of life where I make my money? This is tied to where you're making your money. So it could be a job, it could be a business for you. Now, where you are having Uranus squaring Venus, Venus squaring Uranus, is in your 11th house of friendships. This is where you could get a realization, an aha moment, some sort of wake-up call that says, hey, I deserve better than this in my friendships, my communities, my alliances. Something where maybe you felt supported before by somebody, or you thought they were going to support you, and then you realize they're actually not on your team. They actually aren't supportive of you. And then you decide, I'm going to take some self-respecting action here. I am going to walk away from this relationship, or I'm going to leave this group, or I'm going to stop going to these regular weekly meetings, or I'm going to stop going to whatever it is. I'm going to stop supporting this cause. Something will happen either in a realization or out of the blue occurrence that happens that really shows you the deal. It shows you where you need to make a shift, a change, because you know you deserve more, beautiful Cancer. And now I'm shuffling the cards, and we'll see what the cards have to say for Cancers for Leo season. This is for Leo season. What is the message that is coming through for you? Cancers. And your card is answering the call. The time is now. She is stepping out. She is feeling her beautiful self. She's allowing herself to, it looks to me like she's well, I was going to say she's got a belly dancer outfit on, but maybe it's just her goddess wear. But she's stepping through into greener pastures. There are greener pastures ahead for you, Cancer. The time is now. Don't delay. Answer the call. And my book is called The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering the Call of Your Soul. So if you would like support in answering the call, the link to my book, you can check out the reviews, etc. See if you feel called to pick up a copy. The link to that is in the description box below. Beautiful Cancer, go for it. Say yes to your heart. The time is now. Okay, Geminis. Hello, beautiful Geminis. I have my natal sun in Gemini. Geminis, you are having this transit of Venus in Leo in your third house. This is also just Leo season in general. You've got Leo in your third house based on the whole sign houses. Now, the third house is your mindset. It's communication. It is your thought processes, just how you write on a daily basis, emails and other communications with people. So it's basically our daily kinds of communication and communication at work, etc., networking. When you're out and about, talking to people, doing errands, it's all of that. It's your local schmoozing, basically, Gemini. It's your schmoozing behavior. Okay, so that's part of it, but it's also your neighborhood. It's your local environment. It's your neighbors, landlord, or anyone in a position of power in your local environment. Siblings, cousins, uncles, and aunts as well. So this is where you have Venus transiting, and this is also your devices, your transportation as well. Now, this is where you are reassessing. Are you happy? So some of you could be reassessing, do I still want to live in this particular local area? Do I still want to frequent the places that I frequent? Is this still where I want to go and have my hair done? Or, is this still where I want to go do yoga, work out, all these things? This is where you may be re-envisioning what makes you happy in your local area. At the same time, you are getting a sense that you deserve better in your 12th house of the ethereal world, your connection to spirit, your subconscious mind. This is where Uranus is transiting. This is where you're going to have the Venus-Uranus square is your 3rd house of local environment and your 12th house of the other realms. And what this tells me is that you are likely going to be telling a new story based on reprogramming your subconscious mind. I feel that the good use of this transit, Gemini, is to reprogram any story, subconscious story, a story you may not even be aware of, that has limitations, where you may have dimmed your light, where you aren't seeing yourself in the fullness of your brilliance and your beauty and what you have to give the world. There's some awakening that wants to happen for you here. Uranus is the great awakener. This could come to you in a dream state. It could come to you in a hypnotherapy session. This could come to you in a guided meditation. Any of these things where you're going deeper, you could have a realization. I have several guided meditations for you on my YouTube channel. I have one you can download directly from my website for free when you sign up for my inspirational updates. And the other suggestion I have for you, Geminis, is that on YouTube, there are a lot of meditations, sleep meditations, where you can reprogram your subconscious mind while you sleep, affirmations. And some of them are like 3 hours long. Some of them are like 8 hours long. I know that's not for everyone. Not everyone wants that going on while they're trying to sleep. But for other people, they can just fall asleep and then it all is coming in. There's no filter when you're in that sleep state. And it can really be powerful to reprogram your mind. So that might be something that you want to do. This feels very empowering to me. This feels breakthrough, catalytic for you in changing a subconscious belief, perhaps, that has kept you from having what your heart most desires. Ready to leave that behind, reprogram, and step into a whole new manifestation where you finally see it come to fruition, Gemini. So I'm shuffling the cards for you, and I'm going to pull a card for you. Geminis. Geminis. Your card is Embracing Enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. I love this. This is such a mercurial card. Her words, and you're ruled by Mercury, Gemini, and her words are just coming out, and they are showing up in transformational butterflies and white light. So this to me is alchemy, and that's the 12th house where Uranus is going to be making this aspect with Venus in the third house is communication too. This is so perfect. This is alchemy. This is you being your magician, alchemical self, speaking to the universe what you most want. Maybe you are doing affirmations. Maybe you are receiving divine downloads in that 12th house energy, and you are turning them into gold. Beautiful Gemini. You are releasing anything that has been not a match for your energy, not true about you. Anything you picked up from your childhood conditioning or past life conditioning that isn't you, you are releasing it, letting it go, and it's turning into your beautiful Gemini butterfly energy. You're transforming. I feel like you're going to transform during this transit, beautiful Gemini. And that 12th house, Gemini, that is where you're taking new action. That's where you will feel a tension or a pressure to take some action that has you cherishing and respecting and honoring what you know in your heart is best for you. Okay, Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, you are having this transit of Venus in Leo in your 4th house of home, family, and childhood conditioning. So this is where you are reassessing, reviewing, reevaluating your passion, your love. This is the house of the inner child in terms of childhood conditioning as well. This is where you received those unspoken messages from family members or teachers or other people that had a strong influence on you when you were very young. You are evaluating this. This is coming to light. You're realizing that you deserve better. You're improving your sense of self-worth and self-love. And this could mean that you make a change in terms of family, in terms of your home, or you just come up with a new vision for what you want your home to look, feel, and be like in terms of comfort and love and beauty and pleasure. Where you are having this transit of Venus squaring Uranus, Uranus will be in your first house of identity. This is where you're going to take self-respecting action as a result of an epiphany, an aha moment, a self-realization, or something disruptive that happens, something surprising or out of the blue that happens. It could be somebody says something to you and a light bulb goes off and you are like, oh my gosh, I'm changing a role that I play. I'm changing a role in my personal life or in my professional life. I have a new sense of identity, and something that doesn't match that sense of identity, which could be a relationship, or it could just be a title that you have, or someplace you've been putting your energy, you decide, I'm changing that up, I'm letting it go, or I'm reinventing it as a result of this Venus-Uranus square. Okay, so that's where you're going to be making a change, is in your first house of identity. And that affects personal and professional roles. And it also affects our vitality. And it also can connect to a committed partnership, because that's on the same axis as your first house. That's your 7th house of partnership. So it could be something that comes up in a committed relationship as well, Taurus. Taurus, I'm shuffling the cards for you, and I'm going to pick a card for you now. Taurus, your card is passion and pleasure. Savor your life. Taurus. I love this card for you. This is saying you are ready for more passion and pleasure in your life. You're ready to savor it. And what I see in this card, people are dancing around a fire. They're having fun. They're playing music. She has a tambourine in her hand. There's a lot of warmth in this card. There is a full moon. You are going to have some sort of epiphany, or make a decision, or have a vision to change your life up so that you bring more passion and pleasure into your life. This is essential to you now, Taurus. It's absolutely essential to you. And if you're not having this in your home and family life, get ready, because you are ready for it and you're going to make it happen. Okay, Aries. Hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you are having this transit of Venus in Leo in your 5th house. And this is the house that is associated with Leo energy. Love, romance, your inner child, your inner child's exuberant expression, your creative projects, how you express creatively in the world. This is fun, play, adventure. This is basically the house of freedom, Aries, and you need freedom. This is the house of freedom. This is where Venus is transiting. So you are reevaluating, reassessing, reinventing your vision of passion in this area of your life. And it rules children as well, if I haven't said that. So this could be your own children as well, something going on with them, something where you're making some sort of reevaluation, where you're really looking at the passion. Maybe you want to bring more passion into your parenting, some of you. Where you're having an awareness, an aha moment, a light bulb moment, something out of the blue, where you are seeking stability and security, is in your 2nd house of income. You've had Uranus transiting your 2nd house for some time. This is your earned income from your work. It's also your values, your self-love, self-worth, and your possessions. This is where you could have something come to light that you haven't seen before. Something comes up. It could be a wake-up call, but whatever it is, it's where you, as a result, you free yourself. You get liberated. You realize, I need to make a change here. I am not being respected enough. For some of you, this is, you realize you've got to earn more money. You want more money. You're not making enough money. You want a promotion, for example. You are ready to start that business of yours. You're ready to start a side gig. Or maybe you are evaluating certain possessions. Do you want to sell something? Do you want to acquire something? This has to do with your material security. That's what you're looking at. And this is where you're going to be taking action because you know you deserve better, beautiful Aries. This is as a result of you upgrading your self-love and self-worth, which has been going on for some time now. So now I am going to pull a card for you, beautiful Aries. Aries, what is your card? Your card is reaching your destination, Aries. What's your destination? This is a beautiful validation. Your light is shining brightly. Now, how perfect is this card for a 5th house transit? This is the transit of this is the house of Leo. It's the house of shining your light bright. And this is saying, you're doing it, Aries. Your light is shining brightly. I bet some of you are going to be so fired up with the North Node moving into your sign. You are on a new path. You're on a new path. There are these orbs around the path, and you've got your goal. You've got your vision. You see the circle, the light around the circle. You know, it's interesting because this light around the circle reminds me of the Aries solar eclipse. What were you seeding, Aries, during that solar eclipse? This week, when this video is going live, this is when we're going to have a reactivation of that solar eclipse when the North Node goes to 29 of Aries. And this is that eclipse energy, and this is the vision. So what were you visioning at that time? You're on your way there. You're on the path there. You're on your way. It's going. It's happening. You're moving forward. Your light is shining bright the whole way there. Beautiful Aries. Okay, Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Beautiful Pisces. Venus is transiting your natal astrology chart based on the whole sign house system in your 6th house. Your 6th house of health, daily routines, what you eat, how you exercise, your daily work, your structures, how you do your day, basically how much freedom, how much flexibility, how much not freedom or flexibility, where you are answering to other people according to your, schedules. This is 6th house energy. This is where you are reevaluating, re-envisioning, rewriting a new plan for your life. 6th house is all about, it's a Virgo energy. It's all about the planning, okay? So in your 6th house of routines here, you want more passion. In your work, you want more passion. You want more freedom. You want more self-expression. Where Uranus is transiting and making a square to Venus is your 3rd house of your local environment, your neighbors, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, uncles, and aunts, your transportation, devices, how you communicate with others, thinking, thought processes, conversations, daily conversations. This is the 3rd house. This is where Uranus has been transiting. So you could have had shakeups in this area in terms of family members, siblings, and so on, or your neighborhood or your neighbors. You could have changes going on there. You could have already changed your neighborhood, or you could want to change your neighborhood, or want to change where you do your daily kinds of routines. This is where you are leveling up your sense of deserving and self-worth, or you already have. You already know you deserve more. You already know you deserve better. You want better in this 3rd house area. This is where Uranus is going to give you a realization, an aha moment, or a wake-up call that makes you realize, I'm done with that. I'm done with this location. I'm done with this neighbor. I'm not going to hang out with my siblings anymore, that kind of thing. It's where you are going to take self-respecting action that is honoring and cherishing of you, beautiful Pisces. So now I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm shuffling your cards, and let's see what Leo season message the cards have for you, Pisces. Beautiful Pisces. Pisces, your Leo season card is joy and delight. Aw, open your heart to joy. If this is not an inner child card, I do not know what is. This beautiful little girl is flitting around with her fairy wings. She is surrounded in white light. She is dressed in white. Your pure, innocent self, Pisces. It's time to see yourself as pure innocence if you're not already. If you have any thoughts about yourself that are less than you being this pure, beautiful, brilliant, expressive, free child, if you have anything that's in the way of that, this is the time to let it go. Joy and delight are yours. For those of you, I know a lot of Pisces love to dance. If you love to dance, I see dancing in this card. I see just free form movement and expression, singing maybe as well. Just something that's easy, free, and delightful. And it's time to open your heart to this, Pisces. So if you don't feel like your heart is open to just this pure joy for no reason, doing things for fun for no reason, this is your card saying it's time. Okay, Aquarius. Hello, beautiful Aquarians. Aquarians, you have Leo in the whole sign house system transiting your 7th house of committed partnerships. Mutual reciprocity. This is where you want balance, harmony, equal give and take. Not all the time relationships, as we know, are equal, but in the big picture, there's mutual reciprocity. You both have the same investment in terms of time, energy, resources. This is where you are developing a new sense of passion. Maybe you want more passion here. This is where you're upgrading your self-love. This is where you're really looking at your partnerships and you're taking a critical eye, so to speak, to them to see, where do I need to fine tune or release or bring in a new partnership that looks like this, that looks like, has passion, has romance, has the love and the loyalty and the devotion that you want, Aquarius. At the same time, Venus and Uranus will square, and I gave you the dates in the beginning of this video. They will make a square, and Uranus will be doing that square for you in your 4th house of home. Home, family, childhood conditioning. This is where you could get an aha moment, the light bulb goes off, you have a realization, or you get a wake-up call from something that is out of the blue or disruptive temporarily that shows you what you deserve, that ignites for you your truth. I deserve better. This person, situation, home is not honoring of me. It's not cherishing of me. It's not enough for me. This is where you want more. This is where you want better. This is where you're going to make a self-respecting change, beautiful Aquarius. You're going to take action to relieve the tension or the pressure or the thing that happens that tells you something needs to change. Something's got to give. And this could be, your self-respecting action could be inner child healing. And I do have a video for you on inner child healing. It's called Reparenting Yourself. We all have to do that reparenting process, right? We all have to go through that. All of us do go through that on the spiritual path if we really want to have a different experience of passion and joy in our home life. So that's one way to do it. Some others of you may just be like, I want a new home, I want to redecorate, I want to build a new home, or you're making a change in your family, or maybe someone's leaving the home that has been disruptive for you or hasn't been hasn't honored you, hasn't shown you the devotion, the loyalty, or the cherishing that you deserve. Someone in your family, so you can make a family change in that way too, or just a distancing so that you can feel like you are respecting what you know you need. Beautiful Aquarius. So I've been shuffling the cards, and let's pull a card for you. Aquarius, your card is Distant thunder, clear the air. So this may be in terms of the 4th house, family, or home. There may be some air that you need to clear here. Distant thunder. Off in the distance, there's sounds being made that are telling you, and this could be a person that you've put at a distance, or a situation, or something that you haven't dealt with. And now it says it's time to clear the air. It's time to take action. It's time to take a step. she's out on the balcony and she's shouting out to the heavens. So before you clear the air, you may want to have a conversation with the universe, with the ethers, with your guides, or with a coach like me, in order to then feel comfortable having it with the person or people in your life with whom you need to clear the air, Aquarius. Leave me a comment. If this resonates for you, let me know. I would love to hear. Happy Leo season, beautiful Aquarius. Okay, Capricorns. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, you are having this Venus in Leo transit. This Leo season is happening for you in the whole sign house system in your 8th house. The 8th house is a partnership and a money house. This is where we share time, money, and resources with others. It's also investments where the bank or the financial institution is giving us some sort of return on our investments. It's also taxes, inheritances, sexuality. So this is where we can have a sexual breakthrough as well. It's the house of transformation because it involves things that traditionally they hold a lot of emotional charge for us, right? Money, finances, emotional, sexuality, these things that hold a lot of passion and emotional charge for us, because this is where we're doing it with other people. It's the house of trust in a lot of ways, where we are sharing trust, but in a very material way, and also in the way of our emotional sharing, intimacy. It's the house of intimacy. So this is where you are evaluating, and there was just thunder. This is where you are evaluating, Capricorn, where you're reevaluating, where you're envisioning your Leo energy, your passion, your exuberance, your full expression. For some of you, you're going to want to have a discussion, need to have a discussion with a partner, or you're thinking about your investments and where you might want to change those up. Where Uranus is transiting and making a square with Venus, which could bring tension and pressure, and then from that you take some sort of self-correcting, self-respecting action, Capricorn, where that's happening is in your 5th house of your inner child expression, children, creativity, true love, and romance. This is where you're going to have an aha moment, an awakening, a realization that says, I need to change something here, because you want to feel more cherished. You want to care more for that inner child. You want to come out more in the world with that expression that's inspiring you based on what your inner child wants, or maybe what you loved as a child. You perhaps want to bring that back into your life. So this is where you're going to be making some sort of change. Uranus has been going back and forth for you, Capricorn risings, in this 5th house, saying you need to change something up here in terms of what lights you up. Fun, adventure. Capricorns need more fun and adventure in their lives. So for some of you, you could feel like your 8th house partner is somehow keeping you, or you're letting them keep you in some way, from you having more fun and adventure, from you, maybe there's not enough love and romance in your relationship, or maybe there's a child in your life that is somehow cramping, feels like they're cramping your style. Of course, we are allowing this, right? You know this, Capricorn. But this is where you're going to get the realization, and where you're going to, as a result, do something that brings you more freedom in terms of creativity, aliveness, and adventure in your life. So Capricorn, let's shuffle the cards. It's starting to get darker, more thunder and clouds. We're in the rainy season here in Puerto Vallarta, so this is where we get rain, and that's very cleansing. So maybe that's a message for you guys too, that there's a cleansing ahead. Venus is in your 8th house of transformation after all. Capricorns, your card is crossing bridges. You are crossing a bridge. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Those are 8th house words for sure. 8th house of transformation with a partner, more thunder. I always erase the background noise from the video so that it's not distracting, but I would actually like you guys to hear that. So maybe I'll find a way for you to hear it, because it is quite powerful. And the 8th house is the house of power. So this is a card of healing. You are crossing bridges, you're mending bridges, and you're releasing whatever is you're not taking forward with you. Beautiful Capricorn, there's stuff you're not taking forward with you on this next journey of your life. Let it go. It's time to let it go. Let it go, let it go. It's time to enter the flow. Beautiful Capricorn. Okay, Sagittarius. Hello, beautiful Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you are having this transit of Venus in Leo. You're having Leo season in your ninth house of awakening, of expansion, higher learning, long distance travel. This is where we get new scenery. This is where we see our life through new eyes. Some of you could already be in some sort of learning program. Others of you could be deciding, how can I get more passion in my life and feel more expansive? I need to come out of my shell. I need to come out of my comfort zone. I need more in my life. I need more spiritual sustenance. I need more sense of meaning and passion and fulfillment. You could be feeling, especially in this way of belief systems. Others of you are really reconsidering. Do I still have passion for this particular spiritual practice, for example? Do I still want to do this meditation kind of thing? Do I still want to go to this class that I go to on a regular basis? You could be questioning that right now. This is where you're up-leveling your self-love, you're reconnecting with passion, and you're coming up with a new vision in your ninth house of expansion. Where Uranus is transiting your chart and giving you a realization, a wake-up call, or an aha moment, or an out-of-the-blue occurrence that is temporarily disruptive but permanently liberating and freeing, where that's happening for you is in your sixth house of well-being, your sixth house of daily habits and work. So for some of you, you want more freedom here. You want more flexibility. Some of you are like, I need to change my mental space. I need to stop overthinking things, for example, or I really want to have better emotional, physical, or mental health. Some of you could be deciding, because this is where you're going to take self-respecting action, that some of you could be deciding, I'm going to change my job. I'm not going to work for somebody anymore. This is a toxic work environment. Others of you could say, I need to change my diet. I'm going to do a new health regime. Others of you just want a new daily routine or a new work environment that feels more honoring of you, that feels more cherishing of you, or that just holds more passion for you. You're looking for more passion in one of these areas having to do with your well-being on any level, including your work. Beautiful Sagittarius. So now I'm going to shuffle the cards and leave me a comment. Let me know if that resonates for you. I love hearing from you guys. I think I need water because my voice is getting sore and I've had all my water. So let's see. Sag. Your card is Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. This card is telling you, go within if you're not feeling at peace. If you are on mental overload, which you could be with Uranus transiting your sixth house, you could definitely feel overloaded or overwhelmed mentally or even physically. You could have had a lot of changes or change in your health with this transit. If you're feeling this way, you will receive relief when you go within, when you choose silence, when you give yourself a timeout. This is a permission slip to take a timeout. Beautiful Sag, you're worth it. You deserve it. You will benefit from it. Happy Leo season. Okay, Scorpio. Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpios, Venus is transiting in your Leo house and the whole sign house system in your 10th house of career. This is where you're up-leveling your self-love. This is where you're reevaluating. This is where you want more passion, is in your house of vocation or career, where you want more fulfillment, more meaning, where you are asking, how do I want to spend my one wild and precious life, as Mary Oliver says it so beautifully. This is career, legacy, life purpose, Some of you may be asking about your life purpose or reevaluating that. Maybe your purpose has changed. Maybe you're setting on a whole new course. And this is for some of you retirement or semi-retirement. But the big thing here with Leo here is you want more passion in this area of your life. Where Uranus is transiting and giving you a wake-up call or a realization or some sort of aha moment that causes you to take action and take a course correction, that's in your 7th house of partnerships. So in your committed partnerships, something is going to either come to your mind, something's going to light you up with a realization, or you're going to have something that happens through a partner, or maybe a partner triggers you in some way, and you say, something's got to give here, something's got to change, and this is where you will be taking self-respecting action to honor and cherish yourself as you deserve, to honor your royal self, beautiful Scorpio. So let's shuffle the cards for you now, and then I'm going to pull a card for you. Let's see what the cards have to say for Scorpios. We all have a royal self in whatever area of life, Scorpio. We have Leo, and you have Leo in that 10th house. So you want a career that feels elevating to you. You want a career that feels respectful to you, that feels like it respects and honors who you are. Okay, Scorpios for Leo season. What is your card, Scorpio? It is the Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. I feel like this is telling some of you it's time to start your own business. It's time to acknowledge your mystical self, your healing energy, and it's time to put that to work in terms of a vocation. Even if you just start off like I did with a bunch of friends in your living room, and then from that, maybe you start something else. That's how I started. I started by leading a group of moms of my kids' friends in my living room. And then I said, and after this, and that was free. And then I said, after this, I'm doing this workshop series. If you want to join me in this workshop series, this is when we're going to have it. And this is how much it'll cost. And that's how I started my coaching and spiritual teaching career many, many, many years ago. So Scorpio, you are an angel. You bring light to the world. You are a mystic. You are a healer, whether you realize it or not. You are gifted, and it's time to let healing energy flow through you. And acknowledge that as that healing energy flows through you, it touches everyone in your life, and it brings gifts to everyone in your life. And this is a legacy, 10th house, Venus in Leo. This is a legacy that you are leaving to the world. Happy Leo season, beautiful Scorpio. Okay, Libras. Hello, beautiful Libras. Libra, you are having this Venus retrograde, Venus going back and forth, where you have Leo in your natal astrology chart in your 11th house. This is your house of friendships, communities, groups, causes, any groups or alliances where you have invested time, energy, focus, companionship with others. This is where you are reassessing, where you want more passion, where you want to make sure that where you're giving your energy in these areas of life, this is your public self, where you socialize. It's also social media. It's also any social media platforms that some of you may have. You want to make sure that there is, especially you, Libra, where harmony, balance, and mutuality is so important to you. You want to make sure that these 11th house relationships measure up to what you're giving, match your energy. In other words, match your vibration. This is also the house of long-term gains, hopes, wishes, and dreams. So many of you may be looking at that too. What do I want for my long-term? What is my dream? What's my dream of my next chapter of my life? What's my heart's desire? What's my golden vista that is ahead of me? I just see this ball of gold when I tune into you guys. I see this gold. This is what you want. You're going for the gold. And this is the house of long-term gains too. So this could be a money thing for you as well. Where Uranus is transiting your chart, where Uranus is trying to get you to change things up and to make a course correction so that you can feel self-honoring and self-respecting and you can cherish yourself more, is your 8th house. Your 8th house, which is a partnership and money house also. This is where we share time, money, and resources, often with committed partners. with clients or with institutions that have our money, that are paying us to hold on to our money, where we have our savings, for example, or retirement accounts. This is where you are going to undergo, if you're not already, some sort of transformation. This is where you realize you deserve better. So wherever you share resources with partners, with other people, with clients, you realize you deserve better. You're up-leveling your self-esteem. You want more stability and security in this 8th house area of life. This is where you'll get a realization, an aha moment, a light bulb moment. Some information is going to come through for you, and this could be through something disruptive that is temporarily disruptive, but it wakes you up to where you deserve better. And that from that, you take action. So let's pull a card for you, Libra. See what the cards have to say for your Leo season as we come into Leo season. And the South Node goes into your sign, Libra, which is going to have you also evaluating your relationships with the South Node there. Evaluating, are you giving too much? Are you feeling resentful? Are things feeling mutually reciprocal to you? Where do you need to course correct? Okay, Libra. Libras. Libra, your card is grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. To me, there's a piece to this card. I feel like she's just out in the world being. She's in her being self. She's allowing the grace of the universe to fill her. She's allowing herself to enjoy herself, is what it feels like to me. And you see from the palm of her hand, this white light that's coming up. I feel like this is saying when you are in gratitude, you manifest way more easily. It's almost like you envision in the palm of your hand what you want, and you see the light of what you want through your envisioning, and it comes to fruition. You realize that you manifest it in that way. So this is saying invoke the power of grace, invoke the power of your guides and your angels and your soul to help you manifest. And that would include for some of you gratitude, a gratitude practice for what you have now. Even that's just, I can feel the nerve endings in my feet, or I can breathe easily. I'm in reasonably good health. I have a blanket on me at night if I need one. Those kinds of things. I have the food that I need to feel nourished. It could be those things, those basic things, but also beauty. There's so much beauty in this card. You're a wonderful manifestor, Libra. With grace and gratitude, you can make your dreams come true. Okay, Virgos. Hello, beautiful Virgo. Virgo, you are having Venus in Leo transit your 12th house of retreat. This is where we have our inner mystic, our divine connection, our subconscious mind. This is where we can rework our subconscious mind so that it's working for us instead of against us. With Venus here, Virgo, I feel that some of you are going to have some really illuminating dreams. I feel that some of you are going to make a deeper connection to a spiritual guide or an angel, or have a dream in which maybe you receive an ancestral communication, maybe someone from the other side, a dear loved one who's passed on, comes to you and communicates with you, and that really uplifts you. You want more passion here. You want more passion in your spiritual life. You want more passion in your connection to the other realms, the ethereal realms. You want more of a rich inner life is what I'm feeling with Venus here. And this is where you're up-leveling your self-love. Maybe you're giving yourself more time to rest, to retreat, to rejuvenate. Maybe you received some money, some of you, where you can take a retreat, or maybe some of you are between jobs and you can just take some time to really rejuvenate your energy during this time. What is the state of your subconscious mind? I think you're going to be realizing that during this transit. You're going to be creating a new vision. You can also do some amazing visioning because your imagination is very, very tuned in with Venus 12th house transit. And so maybe you're coming up with a whole new vision based on a deep dive meditation that you do. And I do have meditations on my YouTube channel. I will link the playlist in the description box below. And you can also download a guided visualization meditation from my website when you sign up for my inspirational updates. So Virgo, where Uranus is transiting your natal astrology chart, where you're going to receive a realization, an aha moment, or a wake-up call that is temporarily disruptive that then frees and liberates you, that is going to be your 9th house of expansion, spirituality, your spiritual beliefs, your religion, if you're religious, and also higher learning, where you're taking a course perhaps, where you are studying something metaphysical, where you want new horizons, new adventures, long distance travel. This is where you could make a change. Many of you just may need more adventure in your life. Many of you want to sign up for some sort of learning program, some sort of certification program, for example, or you want to get a PhD, or you want to get a law degree or something like that. This is where you're going to be taking action. Or you could be on a trip, you could be traveling in another country, and you have a conversation and that wakes you up. It could be something, any of these things that are related, but we're in this 9th house of new horizons, spirituality, spiritual awakening. This is where you realize you need to make a change. This is where you realize you need to take some sort of action that feels self-honoring, self-respecting, and allows you to cherish your inner child even more. So Virgo, now I'm going to shuffle the cards for you and we'll see what the cards have to say for you. Virgo. Virgos, your card is taking shelter. The answers are within. Well, that doesn't surprise me considering you're having Venus retrograde in your 12th house, the 12th house of retreat. Time to go inside and get your answers. This is so clear. So this person has a lantern. They're going out into the snow. Some of you could feel like you're going through a metaphorical winter. Some of you could feel like you haven't had answers come readily enough to you, like you really, really, really want to change, but it just hasn't come. This Venus retrograde, this Leo season is going to give you the push to go within. And as a result of that, you are going to get some sort of awakening that I think is going to wake you up spiritually. I think it's going to expand you. I think it's going to give some of you a whole new lease on life, if not a deep, beautiful healing of your subconscious mind, so that after this transit, you are on your way to brand new, beautiful horizons. Beautiful Virgo. Okay, my beautiful friend, this has been a general reading of Leo season and Venus retrograde. If you would like a personal astrology consultation, if you would like to know exactly where this is going on in your chart, not only Venus retrograde in Leo, but the North Node in Aries, the South Node moving into Libra, Pluto retrograding in Capricorn at the end degrees, the Grand Cardinal Cross, all of the big changes that are going on, where you are being directed with the change of the nodes into Aries and Libra, where your focus is shifting, where you're getting new marching orders. If you would like to know any of these things, I would love to do a personal astrology consultation with you. In every consultation, whether you choose a life purpose, a natal chart, or a heart's desire reading, whichever you choose, I go over with you the most significant transits, current transits that are going on in your chart. I also go over with you the future transits that are coming up. I answer your key questions, what's most important to you. And for those of you who haven't had an astrology chart done in a while, or you've never had an astrology chart done, I will also go over what I see in your natal chart, your gifts, your talents, your aptitudes, your potentials, what really jumps out at me, the blueprint of your brilliance. The snapshot of the moment you took your first breath is incredibly illuminating. I also offer one-off clarity coaching sessions and deep dive transformational soul alchemy coaching. So to learn more about my services, to get a sense of whether you feel called to work with me, just go to my website. You can see the testimonials that other clients have left as a result of what they've received from their astrology consultation or their coaching session. And that'll help you decide. And to book a session with me, all you have to do is choose the service that you want with me, the astrology consultation or the coaching session. My schedule will come up. You choose your time zone. You book your session directly online, and you'll receive a confirmation in your inbox. Thank you for joining me for this video. Thank you so much for your support of my channel, for your likes, for your thumbs up, for your comments, for your subscribes. When you subscribe to my channel, you send a message to the algorithm, which then puts my video out to more people who love astrology. Thank you to my Sunday chat friends. I absolutely love communing with you Sunday mornings. Thank you for being here with me. And for anyone who would like extra support, I have a free gift for you. That is a soothing guided meditation, reconnecting to your spirit, reconnecting to yourself. I also connect you in that guided meditation to your spiritual guides to receive a gift from your spiritual source. To get that meditation, just go to my website, sign up for my inspirational updates, and you will get an instant download. So until my next video, my friend, I'm sending you all my love.